Hi, my name is Amy Mozzie, and I'm with Supreme Boats. And today I'm going to walk you through the all new 2026 Supreme S240. This boat lets you surf, wake, and ride Supreme. Let's check it out. As we move around to the side of the Supreme S240, you realize this boat is beautiful. Regardless of it being a value class surf boat, it looks amazing. Part of that is from the Sport Shield, or this cropped windshield that you see. It was designed to go with the lines of the S240, and boy, can you tell. It also has function built into it. It allows you to not have to stand up and talk to a fallen rider over the windshield. Or if you're coming into the dock and you want to reach out and try to catch yourself, you've got that option with this particular cropped windshield. It allows you all of that function and a bunch of style. But the style doesn't stop with the windshield. This boat can also be colored with 17 different gel coat colors on the main panel, which is this big panel of gel coat down the center of the boat. You can also choose between 5 different base colors on the bottom and the top deck of this boat to really make this Supreme S240 all you. The Supreme S240 comes standard with the F-Series tower by Roswell. This tower is a fold-assisted tower, which means it takes all of the weight off of the tower when you bring it down. Even with optional accessories installed, I can fold this tower by myself in a matter of seconds. It's not heavy. I can also push it back up into place. When I release the tower with the locking mechanisms that are on either side, on either leg, it allows me to pull it down. When we release those locking mechanisms, nothing falls. You don't have to worry that you're not going to be in the right position to get the tower down safely. It's very easy to do, and I actually have to pull it down. Once I do that, I can leave that tower in the folded position when I'm storing it or getting it into my boat lift if I have headroom clearance issues. When I want to put that tower back up, again, it's weight assisted, which means it helps me push that tower back into place and then lock it down again. You can also add a lot of optional accessories to the F-Series tower. You can see the Bombshell 1.0 racks behind me. These racks are amazing for surfboards as wide as 23 inches. They'll also house wakeboards, and they do it in very, very comfortable style. They secure those boards without introducing any pressure points or damaging those boards, either surfboards or wakeboards that we've invested a lot in. You can also get optional stereo systems and speakers to be mounted on this tower, as well as a bimini, either the Roswell bimini or the Solong bimini. This tower offers as much accessorizing as you need, and it looks good doing it. You can customize your Supreme S240 so it fits your style. You can choose between 3 different colors of Supreme decals: black, as you see here, silver, or white, to give just that right touch to make it all your design. You also have the ability to get a lot of function out of the S240 in that you can fill this boat at the gas station on either side. So it doesn't matter what side your tow vehicle feels on. You can pull into the gas station, fill up both your boat and your vehicle, and you're on your way. Very convenient. You also have the option of 6 different pull-up cleats that are available on this particular boat. You use a pull-up cleat to tie yourself off to a dock, and it allows for the convenience and the safety and security of those tie points all around this boat. You also have a fresh air vent that adds another accent to the side of the boat, and it is labeled with this boat's model designator, which is S240. So you've got a lot of style, function, and this boat can be exactly what you want it to be and look the way you want on the water. The S240 is equipped with as much as 4,800 pounds of ballast. The significance or the advantage of that ballast really comes down to the shape of the Easy V hull. This hull allows you to go from easy to the zone, no matter how you ride. It is made to surf and essentially displace that hull to create a great wave or a mass of water to be shaped into a wave by the quicksurf system. The way that quicksurf works, and it's available on the S240 as an option, is it goes down opposite the surf side, creating lift, which displaces or digs the surf corner to create that curl behind the boat. And when you want to transfer that wave to the other side, either from goofy to regular or back again, it transfers in less than 2 seconds. You can have that wave on either side, depending on where you want to surf your S240. One of the great options that you can get on a Supreme S240 is the Silent Stinger wake plate. This wake plate does what a wake plate does, is it changes the running attitude of the boat. So when your plate comes down, it allows the nose of the boat to go down and gets the most aggressive part of the V cutting through the chop. But if you want that nose to come up, or you want to get the back of the boat deeper into the water to create a taller wave, you can do that by lifting that wake plate up. The silent part of the optional silent stinger is what really makes this option so cool and super effective for you and your family. It takes the engine noise down. So much so that at the observer seat, the decibel level is about 75 decibels, which is the same level of a kitchen dishwasher. So it's inside voice quiet. You can have a normal conversation on the inside of the boat without having to yell or raise your voice to get your point across. I know as parents, we think we need to do that anyway, but in the boat, it is not necessary with the Silent Stinger. It makes that ride ultra, ultra quiet. And the way it does that is it forces water in through the bottom of the plate and tumbles that water through a series of baffles with the exhaust coming into the plate from the engine, and it dampens the noise that way. Also, the water that exits the plate doesn't disrupt your surf wave. It doesn't put that line through your surf wave that sometimes can catch your board when you're trying to do that next 360. This Silent Stinger has a lot of function built into it, but the main benefit is it makes this boat quiet. As I get up onto the swim step of the S240, you start to realize this is a really nice boat. Not only do I have an awesome swim step to get up onto, it's got a nice roll off towards the rear edge, so it's easy to get up onto. I also have this kind of built up part that's right at the transom of the boat to give me a little extra height to step onto the back of the boat. But I also have access to storage back here, so I can put my shoes in a storage area, and that way they don't make it onto the inside of the boat. They also make for a great cushy place to sit and just hang out. I've got a little walkover on the back, so I don't have to step on to the cushions with my shoes. I can make my way to the sun pad and not have to worry about my upholstery. I've got a lot of functionality back here and a lot of comfortable places to sit. I could also lay out a towel and lay out on the sun pad. There's a lot of versatility back here, and it looks beautiful. As I step down into the S240, you start to realize it's a really big boat. I mean, it is a 24-foot boat rated for 16 people. It has as much as 4,800 pounds of ballast, but it feels like a stretch limo when you step down into this thing. And it's very luxurious looking as well as luxurious feeling. That has a lot to do with the vinyl. The vinyl in this boat is Spradling vinyl, and it has a 17 mil top coat. You can get this interior with 12 different colors in it. I've got a main, a base, and then an accent that I can put to decorate this interior in the colors that I want. But it's also very resilient. That 17 mil top coat guards against abrasions and staining. It's also held together with Teflon thread. And Teflon thread is extremely tough, and it resists the harsh environment of water sports as well as things like acid rain and harsh cleaning chemicals. So it keeps your interior looking like the day you bought it for years. This is a very beautiful boat. It's customizable, and it's going to last forever. You can also customize the look of the flooring in your S240. So we use Gator Step, and Gator Step is available in 3 different colors and 2 different layers in the S240. So you can mix and match and really make it look how you want so it complements both your vinyl and your gel coat choices. But it is also really nice on your feet. Gator Step is great. It is a non-skid, so it doesn't allow you to slip, but also it doesn't get hot, even with a darker color. In this particular boat, we have Whiskey Barrel installed, and it is pretty dark, and it really complements the look of the interior well, but it doesn't get hot, even in direct sun, because it has a scraped texture on top that allows the heat to dissipate because there's more surface area, and it really is comfortable to step on. It's also pretty easy to clean. I can scrub it clean, I can wash it down, and it's not going to hold stains, even if I drop something that can stain on my Gator Step. It's extremely resilient. I've also got a lot of cup holders in the S240. And in the side panels, I have a model designator that tells me what boat I have, as well as 4 cup holders on either side. And I've got speakers that spill tons of wet sounds into the interior. This boat is not only accommodating, but it's customizable and it looks beautiful. The Supreme S240 is 24 feet long and it accepts as many as 16 people. But where do you put those 16 people's stuff? Well, you've got the choice of underneath any of the seats in the lounge. This has a lot of storage and it's rhino lined. So on the interior of this boat, you've got no slip, no skid. I'm not going to have all of my gear slipping and sliding as the boat's underway. I have access to this storage area with a hinged seat, so I can hold it up with one hand, load my gear in with the other, and then close it out of sight, out of mind. There is a place for everything in this boat. The interior of the S240 is built to be versatile, to be used the way you and your family want to boat on the water. And one of the things that's very versatile is this rear seat. It comes out in the S240 and you can leave it at the dock and maybe replace it with an ice chest or simply leave it in place and it's got a little snap that secures it. But you've got the choice to make this boat and specifically this interior work best for you on the water. The storage in the S240 is cavernous. There's tons of it, but no storage area bigger than the observer storage area. You can put anything and everything in this storage area. Ice chest, you can put in your vests, bags, towels, you name it, it'll fit in this storage area. But the great thing about all of the gear you can fit in this storage area is that you don't have to worry about then digging through it all to get to your battery isolator switch because we have a battery management system that is in the glove box. This battery management system allows you to truly isolate the 2 batteries that come standard with the S240. One you use as your house battery, which controls things like your stereo and your interior lighting. The other is your engine battery, which allows the engine to crank and get you back to the dock. And you can truly isolate the 2. What that means is I can be out in a cove, swimming, hanging out, listening to the tunes, and working off just my house battery. And then when I'm ready to go back to the dock, I can switch on my engine battery and it has plenty of power to get me back home. It's really an easy system to access and it has a lot of functionality built into it. You also have a PDM breaker panel that is in the glove box right next to the battery management system. This allows you to troubleshoot any technical issue that you might have with your boat. I would always consult a certified tech for Supreme boats before adjusting or flipping those breakers, but it gives you easy access to all of those PDMs. It used to be that you'd have to dig through different areas of the boat to find those breakers and switch them on and off to see if that would help the technical issue that you were having. But now it's very easily accessible right here in the glove box. In the driver's area of the S240, you have a lot of control and functionality. But Probably one of my favorite things is the swivel seat. The swivel driver's seat allows you to turn around and participate in the lounge conversation with 15 other passengers. If that's how many you have on the boat, you can have a maximum of 16 in this boat. And then I can swivel back around to my command center very easily and be very comfortable. There's also a bolster on this seat, so I can sit up higher if I would like, or if I'm having trouble seeing over the dash. But the dash or the brow of the dash in the S240 is actually very low, and I still have a great visibility of the screen itself, which controls just about every function in the S240. I have a really easily navigable menu that appears on my left when I hit the little menu icon, and it gives me choices between my wave settings, my ballast, my navigation. If I have that installed, that is an option, and my stereo controls as well. It's really easy to see, but I can have my main screen up, which gives me my speed control and my RPM and my plate position, and then other system diagnostics that I need to know, like the temperature of my engine and my oil pressure. So I've got all of that information in a really easily visible screen, and it gives me that quick catch up on what's going on with my boat without having to take my eyes off the water for any prolonged period of time. I also have quick access to my Stinger wake plate, or in this case, on this boat, it's a silent Stinger wake plate. And I can change the position of that wake plate with this bump switch here on my left. And I don't have to focus on it visually. I can just bump it up to bring the plate up, bump it down to bring the plate down. And remember, when I put that plate down, it allows the nose of the boat to go down. When I put that plate up, it allows the nose of the boat to come up. So it's really easy to control without me having to take my eyes off the water or my attention off of what's directly in front of me. I also have access to an optional wireless clamping cell phone charger and my stereo controls here on my left. Now, this is new for 2026, but the wet sound stereo system that is in this boat standard has a control that's right here at my left hand. So I can easily turn up and down my volume with a knob. So if I'm coming back around to pick up a fallen rider and I want to be able to hear what they're telling me, I can easily turn that volume down, understand where they're at and whether or not they're ready for another pull. I've got easy access to a lot of my switching here on the right as well. That switching would include my docking lights if I have those installed, my navigation lights, my blower, my bilge pump. All of that is on my right-hand side and very easy to get to with a series of rocker switches. So I've got direct control over all of this at the driver's area. Plus, if I have a heater installed in this boat, I've got a heater vent right here. So I can stay warm as well as alert and attentive to the water around me. The 2026 Supreme S240 is a walk-through open bow. What does that mean? It means we have a nice wide path to the bow. The significance of that is just the ease of getting into the bow. It is so nice in the S240. I can get into the bow, and this bow is huge. My feet don't get anywhere near touching. I've got my optional filler cushion in, so the bow is a playpen style right now. I can have another person in here with me. We can both be rocking out to the tunes. We've got a couple cup holders apiece and some grab handles in case the driver wants to spin some roadies in the middle of the lake. We can hold on. But this is also a really smooth and comfortable place to ride in the S240. And that's not typical in water sports boats. But thanks to the Easy V hull, which is a modified deep V, this thing absorbs the chop like nobody's business. So even riding in the bow is a smooth, comfortable ride. I hope you've enjoyed learning about the all-new 2026 Supreme S240. This boat allows you to do everything you want in your water sports lifestyle, including surfing, wakeboarding, and riding Supreme. But don't take my word for it. Visit your local Supreme Boats dealer and let us prove it to you today.